Hello. In this talk I'd like to share some thoughts about how easy it is nowadays to upset people, how easily people seem to get offended. In fact, this has led to the word snowflake changing its meaning to now include people, particularly those who are young adults, who easily take offence and are less resilient than in previous generations. That may be slightly unfair, but it may also have an element of truth in it. Three things in the news recently spring to mind. The first is an advert by the fashion retailer H&M. The second is about the UK bakery chain Greggs. And thirdly, the American comedy show Friends from the 1990s. So firstly, I'll tell you what happened in each case and the reasons why the three things came in for some criticism. Then I'll look at the role of Twitter in helping to create this so-called snowflake generation. First then, H&M, which you may have heard about. In January, the H&M online shop was selling hoodies for children. One hoodie had the words "coolest monkey in the jungle," and another had "mangrove jungle survival expert" written on them. Not a problem. We often call children little monkeys because they tend to cling to things, hang from things, and run around very energetic, a bit like monkeys. It generally refers in a light-hearted way to misbehaving or being a bit naughty in a non-threatening and not dangerous way. The problem with the hoodie was the children wearing them. The kid wearing the "coolest monkey in the jungle" hoodie was black, and the kid wearing the "survivor" top was white. This led to various people saying that it's a racist advert. Chief among those complaining was the Canadian singer The Weeknd. That's weekend without an E. To be honest, I had never heard of him before this, so I listened to one of his songs. Not really my cup of tea, I'm afraid. Second example, Greggs is a bakery chain in the UK. It's famous for selling sausage rolls and other warm meat-based pastry products. My favourite is the steak bake, along with, of course, the sausage roll. Now, before Christmas, Greggs created a marketing campaign based on the story of the birth of Jesus. And one photo showed the three wise men surrounding the baby Jesus after his birth. But in this case, Jesus had been replaced with a sausage roll. So you have three wise men looking at a sausage roll. A Twitter campaign started with the hashtag #BoycottGreggs. A lot of people took great offence at the sausage roll replacing the baby Jesus. By the same token, a lot of people also thought the ad was quite funny. So these are two examples of how companies can inadvertently offend people, either through not fully thinking through what they're doing, in the case of H&M, or trying to be amusing, in the case of Greggs. The third example is the sitcom Friends, incredibly popular in the 1990s. In fact, it first came onto our screens in 1994, and the last show was made in 2004. Recently, it has been shown on Netflix, and the young people watching it have been quick to point out that many of the jokes are about weight and homosexuality. One of the characters, Monica, is the butt of jokes about her weight when she was a teenager, and another character, Chandler, is the butt of jokes because people often mistake him for a gay man. A third complaint is that the main characters are all white and fairly middle class. Perhaps these are relevant complaints if you're making a TV show now, but back then, remember this is 20 years ago or more, I doubt anyone was offended, even if they were overweight or gay or not white middle class. So let's look at the role of Twitter in creating this so-called snowflake generation. Now, anyone can get a Twitter account. There are about 330 million active Twitter users in the world. Many people use it to follow their favourite stars and celebrities. The chap I mentioned earlier in relation to the H&M advert, that's the Weekend, has 8.37 million followers. So I guess it's fair to say that when he tweets, a lot of people see the tweet. So he can therefore wield a lot of influence on his followers. When he saw the advert for the H&M hoodie with the coolest monkey in the jungle, he tweeted, "Woke up this morning, shocked and embarrassed by this photo. I am deeply offended and will not be working with @HM anymore." For this tweet, he got nearly 6,000 replies, 96,000 retweets, and 214,000 likes. And it was this tweet that caught the media's attention, and the story spread to the mainstream media. Not all of his tweets are quite so influential. When he tweeted "stir fry" on the 2nd of January, only 13,000 people retweeted that, and just 61,000 liked it. I think that if you are black, you'll see this hoodie advert as inappropriate. If you're not black, I guess you can be forgiven for wondering what all of the fuss is about, and probably didn't even make the connection between the word monkey on the hoodie and the fact that it was a black child modelling the hoodie. In fact, the boy's mother said that this is an example of people crying wolf and they should just get over it. Moving on to Greggs, the bakers. In November 2017, thousands of people tweeted about the sausage roll Jesus. There were clearly two camps here. On the one side, those who were angry. I'll quote this tweet as an example. "The only company to have a manger in it has baby Jesus substituted for a fucking sausage roll. What goes through people's head? It's not funny. It's offensive towards every single Christian person, plus mocking our religion. Fucking livid." And this one, "I hashtag boycott Greggs following their attack on hashtag Christianity, regardless of how many hashtag disrespectful people they have claimed to entertain by that ad. They won't try that with hashtag Muslims, and they better not try it. Hashtag Greggs are a disloyal disgrace to their country." So these people are not happy, saying that the sausage roll was offensive to Christianity. The second tweet there also wonders whether Greggs would dare to do something similar with Islam. On the other side, however, were tweets like this. "Why are people threatening to boycott Greggs over them replacing Jesus with a sausage roll? At least sausage rolls are real." So all of these people are getting upset and venting their anger on Twitter, and they've become known as Snowflakes. What would they do without Twitter? Well, they probably wouldn't have seen either of the offending adverts in the first place, so there would be nothing to be offended about. It does seem to me that people actively look for different ways to take offence and kick up a fuss when quite often there's not much to make a fuss about. Hence we get this so-called snowflake generation, who are kind of providing amusement for others, and of course they're giving publicity to the brands that they are criticising. It was Phineas T. Barnum, the 19th century American showman and circus owner, who said that there is no such thing as bad publicity. This is the chap played by Hugh Jackman in the film The Greatest Showman. Now, although this idea that any publicity is good publicity has been shown to be wrong, I don't think it will negatively affect either H&M or Greggs, because both companies took swift action to remove the offending adverts, and they issued apologies. In fact, it makes you wonder whether their marketing departments actually think of ideas that will offend a large number of people in order to get the social media attention, but will not cause any lasting damage to the brand. So what can we conclude from all of this? Well, I think it's clear that social media has helped more people to be more offended more often. Although Twitter does provide a platform for freedom of speech, a lot of that freedom is used to start complaining about things which are perhaps less important than the bigger issues facing society. I also think that the Snowflake tag for young adults is a bit unfair. Older people can easily be offended as well. Just look at the readers' comments to any Daily Mail newspaper article online. Some people have always been snowflakes.